Monday starts with dread, and the job that once felt safe now feels like a trap. The fear isn't just about income, it's about identity and control. Stress rises when work lacks meaning, and the constant threat of losing it hangs over every week. That pressure pushes people into random applications because action feels better than clarity. The click and send routine creates silence, and repeated rejection chips away at confidence. Without a plan, every interview becomes a test of worth instead of a simple skills match. A better approach begins by defining what work should align with, then building confidence to act. After that foundation, online visibility and direct outreach replace waiting for job boards to cooperate. Today you will learn an alignment system, confidence tools, and tactical steps that reach decision makers. This video is inspired by the Panic-Free Job Search by Paul Hill. Job seekers should subscribe for web branding and outreach tactics. Alignment involves selecting work that aligns with interests and values, the core forces that drive daily effort. The process begins with a self-inventory, then matching that inventory to roles and industries that require it. When there is a good fit, effort becomes easier to sustain and motivation returns during long searches. When there is a poor fit, frustration grows and job changes repeat because the core mismatch is never resolved. One approach starts with interest profiling, mapping preferences into RRIA, SEC career categories for exploration. Another approach skips this step, chasing any opening, then feeling stuck after the first offer. This idea supports calm searching by reducing scatter and making each outreach message specific. It also supports better branding by providing a clear target that makes keywords, stories, and examples consistent. Write a one-page summary of interests, values, skills, and preferred work style. Then draft a sustainable advantage statement. Use that statement to choose 3 role themes and remove any role that conflicts with your driving forces. Confidence becomes practical when you can create a state of certainty before difficult job search conversations, ensuring that you approach each interaction with groundedness and clarity. The mechanism involves mindful visualization combined with a physical anchor that triggers focus when pressure spikes, helping you maintain composure. With certainty, calls and meetings sound grounded, and people respond with more openness and useful information, fostering a positive and productive environment. Without it, hesitation leaks into your voice and posture, and small setbacks can stop consistent outreach, leading to missed opportunities. Before a networking call, visualize a helpful response, then trigger the anchor and begin speaking with a calm smile, setting a positive tone for the conversation. Repeat the cycle throughout the day, letting positive outcomes reinforce your belief and trigger the next action, building momentum and confidence. This idea supports the overall system because tactics work only when action is repeated across many days, ensuring sustained progress. It also protects your health by reducing rumination and keeping your attention on doable steps instead of fear loops, promoting a balanced and focused mindset. Build a simple daily plan with one visibility task, one outreach task and one follow-up task, creating a structured routine for success. Use the certainty cycle by visualizing the result, acting immediately, and then recording what worked for tomorrow, reinforcing your efforts and improving outcomes. A professional brand is the professional message about you that appears online when employers search your name. The process involves managing your profiles and content so that search rankings and social signals confirm your authority. When authority signals are positive, employers act more quickly because risk feels lower and interest rises. When the message is missing or unmanaged, employers form their own conclusions and may pass you by. One channel is LinkedIn, treated as a primary sourcing tool. Incomplete profiles make professionals invisible. Another channel is consistent signals, such as endorsements, followers, and testimonials that show respect from peers. This idea connects back to the system because a clear brand supports direct marketing and networking introductions. It also reduces dependence on job boards, as being found can create conversations without applying first. Create one consistent keyword-rich profile, then align your photo, headline, and summary with your sustainable advantage. If building a professional brand that recruiters can trust matters, then subscribe to keep learning about visibility and outreach steps. Smart Search is a structured job hunt that starts by defining parameters before sending any resume. It builds a manageable target list based on geography, employer type, size, and role category. Clear parameters prevent endless browsing, as research is aimed at a finite set of employers. They also make outreach credible, as conversations reference real needs and decision makers. Breaking the work into bite-sized pieces, progress becomes visible each week. Without chunking, people build huge lists, feel overwhelmed, and stop taking action despite good intentions. This approach supports the brand work by mapping each target employer to the right keywords. It also supports networking, as referrals become easier when you can name specific firms and roles. Start with 40 employers. Research each briefly, then prioritize based on culture, role fit, and location. When the first list is exhausted, build the next list using the same parameters rather than widening blindly. Tactical execution begins with a resume designed to be selected by applicant tracking systems and then read by humans. The process involves pairing keyword matching with accomplishment evidence that proves competencies for the target role. When keywords and evidence align, your resume ranks higher and reviewers see a clear fit quickly. When they do not align, even a qualified person can be filtered out before any conversation begins. A direct marketing approach targets decision makers, often the second manager up, and earns a stamped introduction. Presentation marketing uses a prepared script and confident delivery by phone, message, or in-person contact. Networking becomes easier when you bring high-value information, such as best practice research that benefits peers. Homework on the company and person prevents awkward meetings and protects the credibility of referrals. Build 2 versions of your resume, then optimize your LinkedIn profile with keyword-rich headlines and soundbite sections. Practice your script, lead with purpose, and track follow-up so interviews become the natural outcome of steady outreach. The goal is not to send more applications, but to create clarity, confidence, and visibility that attract better conversations. A calmer search treats career change as a managed project, not an emergency ruled by fear. Alignment defines what fits, and sustainable advantage supplies the language that differentiates you in crowded markets. Confidence tools keep action consistent, so setbacks do not erase momentum or self-respect. Professional branding makes you findable, and smart search parameters make outreach focused instead of scattered. Resume keywords, LinkedIn optimization, networking value, and direct scripts then move you toward decision makers quickly. Start by writing your parameters and a list of 40 employers, then complete 1 outreach action every weekday. Add 1 weekly improvement, such as a clearer headline, a sharper script, or a better follow-up routine. Over a month, the system creates more meetings, clearer feedback, and a growing sense of control. If a repeatable web-based approach to getting hired is what you want, then subscribe for breakdowns of targeting, branding scripts, and negotiation.